Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
April 20th, 10:50 America, New York. Augmented reality is what's in store for commerce. Augmented reality could completely change how you shop, but don't expect it to dramatically change where you do it.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
April 20th, 10:50 America, New York. Augmented reality is what's in store for commerce. Augmented reality could completely change how you shop, but don't expect it to dramatically change where you do it.
Armstrong Economics.
April 20th, 10:41 America, New York. Private blog, Fed and interest rates, up and away. Private blog, Fed and AMP. Interest rates, up and AMP, away. Private blog posts are exclusively available to Socrates subscribers. To sign up for Socrates or to learn more, please visit ask-socrates.com.
Daily FX Market News. April 20th, 10:40 America, New York. US dollar pullback begins. EUR, USD, GBP, USD, AUD, USD, USD, JPY. The US dollar pullback has begun. But where will support show, and which major pairs are most enticing when plotting support plays in the USD?
BBC News Business.
April 20th, 10:28 America, New York. Rail worker strike would be biggest in history, says RMT. The RMT union claims Network Rail's plans to cut up to 2,500 jobs will make accidents more likely. New York Times Business.
April 20th, 10:28 America, New York. Netflix stock plunges 37%. The streaming company said 200,000 subscribers left its platform in the first quarter.
BBC News Business.
April 20th, 10:28 America, New York. Rail worker strike would be biggest in history, says RMT. The RMT union claims Network Rail's plans to cut up to 2,500 jobs will make accidents more likely.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
April 20th, 10:21 America, New York. U.S. home prices hit record in March. U.S. home prices reached a record $375,300 in March and sales of previously owned homes declined.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
April 20th, 9:52 America, New York. Lucky Charms battles safety concerns that spread rapidly on social media. Mobile apps, online reviews and consumer protection websites have created more venues for consumers to raise safety concerns over products. Wall Street Journal Markets.
April 20th, 9:36 America, New York. Elon Musk hints at Twitter tender offer with cryptic tweet. The Tesla CEO raised the prospect of launching a tender offer to acquire Twitter in a cryptic tweet following his offer to acquire the social media platform last week.
Marginal Revolution. April 20th, 9:32 America, New York. Barnes & Noble 25% pre-order discount on Talent. From my publisher. I wanted to let you know that barnesandnoble.com is running an online pre-order promotion, using code PREORDER25, and we'd love to have you spread the word.
New York Times Business.
April 20th, 9:22 America, New York. China Eastern crash report doesn't explain why the jet plummeted. A preliminary report by China's air safety regulator summarized what worked during the flight, but did not speculate on what caused the plane to nosedive. Rescuers at the site where a China Eastern Airlines plane crashed last month, killing all 132 people aboard.
Daily FX Market News.
April 20th, 9 o'clock America, New York. USD/CAD continues to point lower as Canadian inflation data comes in hot. Canadian inflation data came in much hotter than expected on Wednesday, which saw USD/CAD continue to march lower.
BBC News Business. April 20th, 8:44 America, New York. Russian oligarch lambasts country's massacre. Businessman Oleg Tinkov is one of the most high-profile Russians to publicly condemn the war.
BBC News Business.
April 20th, 8:44 America, New York. Russian oligarch lambasts country's massacre. Businessman Oleg Tinkov is one of the most high-profile Russians to publicly condemn the war.
New York Times Business.
April 20th, 8:18 America, New York. Netflix shares drop 27% after announcing subscriber losses. The company, which had a net loss of 200,000 subscribers in its first quarter, has been facing down a lack of must-see content on its platform as competitors continue to expand.
Global economy.
April 20th. 8:08 America, New York. German producer prices surge at fastest rate since records began. Rise in factory costs likely to trigger higher consumer inflation in the months ahead, economists warn. BBC News. Business.
April 20th. 8:05 America, New York. Catastrophic winter, warning without help on energy bills. Soaring energy bills will cause problems without fresh help for those struggling, bodies have warned. BBC News Business.
April 20th. 8:05 America, New York. Catastrophic winter, warning without help on energy bills. Soaring energy bills will cause problems without fresh help for those struggling, bodies have warned.
Daily FX Market News. April 20th. 8:05 America, New York. IMF Fiscal Monitor sees policy shifts from pandemic to effects of war. The IMF identified war-induced risks of food security, tightening monetary policy and the potential to exacerbate demand-supply imbalances through fiscal response.
Marginal revolution.
April 20th. 7:26 America, New York. More guns, less burglaries. In December 2008, a Memphis, Tennessee newspaper published a searchable online database of names, zip codes, and ages of Tennessee handgun carry permit holders. We used detailed crime and handgun carry permit data for the city of Memphis to estimate the impact of publicity about the database on burglaries.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
April 20th. 7:10 America, New York. Pot investors have little to celebrate on 4/20th's cannabis holiday. Many marijuana smokers will light up to celebrate 4/20th's, the unofficial annual cannabis holiday. But it still isn't a great time to reach for U.S. marijuana stocks as progress on federal reform stalls once again.
Global economy.
April 20th. 7 o'clock America, New York. Fiscal relief from inflation is transitory, IMF says. Rate rises and higher spending costs will negate any relief to public finances stemming from surge in prices.
Global economy.
April 20th. 6:40 America, New York. Baby bust. How the pandemic affected population growth. This series examines the trend of shrinking populations, the impact of the pandemic and policymakers' response.